Welcome to yet another class on quantitative reasoning. We are going to reason on the quantity of some substances or some elements given to us. Let's get started. Now, in this kind of questions, in your exams, you will come across questions like this, where there is a comparison between figures and shapes. Now, you're given a shape this way, they're given series of numbers allocated to a particular item. It can be fufu, can be eba, it can be wheat. Now, problem that people make to do this kind of questions is over elaborate thinking. You think too much, you reason it too much, and that's why you fail it. For example, whenever you see the places where the 8, the 7, and the 9 are situated, that's the place of only. In this case, when you see they ask you fufu only, you position your mind to 8 because that's the place that you have only fufu. 9 is for the eba only. 7 is for wheat only. But the places where you see a combination of two particular items, in this case, 3, you see the circle of fufu and the circle of wheat came up to meet up at the place 3. That arc for 3 is the place that tells you that is for both fufu and wheat only. Now, instances they will not give you again for 6. The instances also work for 6, for 4. Now, red is the place that all 3 items meet together. That's the place that denotes 5. If you look very carefully, the circle for eba, fufu, and wheat all meet at a particular point. That point is the point of intersection where we give 5. So it works in this way. This place is the 5, the point of intersection of all 3 items. We have the 4 over here, we have the 3, the 6, 8, 7, and 9. Now let's answer some questions based on the facts or the figures we're giving here. They ask question number 1, how many people like fufu only? The key word there is the only. Underline that word only. Only. Only fufu, no other item. Not me eating fufu and maybe eba. Not me eating fufu and wheat. It's just me. I only like fufu. I don't like any other thing again. That's only. And if you look carefully with our analogy on the board here on the screen, if you look carefully, you will find out that fufu is made for only 8 persons. 8 persons are the ones that get involved with fufu. And the only place where you have people that love fufu only, which is this arc over here, this particular segment here, is 8 persons. So your answer in that number 1 is 8, which is B. For 1, your answer is B. Now you ask the second question, how many people have 3 dishes as their favorite? The key word there is 3 dishes as their favorite. Those are the key words. Okay, let me pick up one. Favorite means all 3 dishes, they love all 3. So you come here and look at everybody, people that are okay with 3, that eat 3. And we found out that it's only 5 people that eat all 3. Intersection, the point of intersection where all 3 elements or 3 items meet. That is the place where we're talking about. So that's the favorite food. And number 2 question, the answer there is B also, which is 5. Now, in your number 3, you asked, how many people like eba and wheat? Now, they were specific on 2 particular items, eba and wheat. And this is wheat, and this is eba. The point of intersection where both of them meet, which is this place here, this arc here, or this quadrant here, this is what they're talking about. So, This is only, but this is the both of them combined. So Eba only, the answer there is 6. From the, how many people like Eba? Please, the 16 is a mistake, please. The answer there is 6, which is the A. Actually, the 16 there is a mistake. So the answer is A, which is 6. 6 persons or 6 people love or like Eba and meat. Number 4, they asked how many people like fufu and eba. Again, we are looking at the place where fufu and eba meets. This is the point. And your option, in your option, they put 4. There's a place they put 4, B, 8, C, 7, and D, 9. Your answer will be 4 because that's what we see in the intersection between fufu and eba. So number 4, the answer is A, which is 4. Question 5, they ask how many people like only eba or eba only. Now, if you look carefully, these are the only sports. And the answer is self-made there. You look at the option, it says 6, 7, 3, and 9, which is D is 9. Your answer there will be D, which is 9. And finally, they ask how many people altogether prefer one solid food. How many people altogether prefer one solid food? Now, if you look carefully there, they're asking us for one solid food only. How many people altogether prefer one solid food only? Means the keyword there is prefer, one. They are only choosing one of these 3 items. How many people chose one of these 3 items only without the need for the other one? That means we are adding all the onlys together to get the answer. Now, they don't mean how many people are there altogether. The keyword is not are there altogether. It is altogether prefer one. People that prefer at least one, at most one, rather. I don't want any other one. I want to eat only eba. Those group, the only people. I don't want any other food. I want to eat only fufu. I want to eat only wheat. Those are the people I'm interested in. So if you look here, we have the 8, we have the 9, and we have the 7. 8 plus 9 is 17. 17 plus 7 gives us 24. That means 24 people altogether prefer one solid food. One, not 2, not 3, not all 3. Just one solid food. The answer for number 6 is B, and the option there is 24. 24 is the answer. So that's how you navigate through questions or quantitative reasoning questions like this. Now, there will be further questions that will be asked. There will be a question that will ask about the people altogether. How many people are there altogether that eats food? There will be people that ask. There will be different questions. You must know how to follow up the patterns and read carefully. Your biggest issue when it comes to this particular type of quantitative reasoning is reading the question between the lines. You must read between the lines. For example, that number 6 is quite tricky. Some people might make a mistake and go to add every item here, everything, and that will be wrong. Because they only ask you how many people altogether prefer one. So, like at most one food. Now, if they put at least one, now you know that it is more. But here they also prefer one solid food. So you use all the onlys, add them together, and that's your answer. Let's move on. Now we are given another question here. We are given a sample here. They say 12. With that sample there, let me just quickly describe what is going on the board. Now you're given 12, 4, then you're given the y-intercept that comes down to a linear line that has 3 over here. and 48 over here. In quantitative reasoning, first thing you must look at, again, you must look at the intricacies. You must look at the things that are connecting, the things that are interconnecting, intertwining. What will make sense? What makes sense is your reasoning, of course. Your sense is your reasoning. So that which makes sense to your head is the answer. No need to overthink it. Don't overthink it. If you overthink it, you will make mistakes. Now, if you look carefully, you use the biggest number there, which is now the people at the horizontal, at the base, they all conform to people at the top. How? The base numbers from the right will always divide those upstairs. Let me paraphrase that again. The base number from the right will divide those that are up to get the other. For example, if you're looking for any number, maybe at the far right or the upper right, there's a 4 area where the 4 is, this part. If you're looking for this part now, for example, say you're not giving here, you use this guy to divide this and you get this, simple. If you're looking for this one, you use this one to divide this one, you get this one. So you imagine that's a very long way to follow. That's why you have two options. The one, this part, will always multiply with the one with the figures at the far right, upright, and it will also divide to get the figure here. This number will have to multiply with this one to get the figure here, and to get the figure here, this number will divide with this one. This number will divide this one to get the figure here. You can choose any one of the method to use in case you're looking for a particular position that is not given. Now let me just describe this further. 48 will divide 4 to give you this. 48 will divide 12 to give you 4. 48 will divide both of them. In the case of 3 will multiply 4 to give you 12. In the case of 12, 3 will divide 12 to give you 4. So this one here works with both both of them is division to get either of the answers. This one works with division for this one to get this answer, multiplication for this one to get this answer. Now, in the likelihood you're not giving one of these down here, you do the reverse. The reverse is the case. So if, for example, you're not giving 3, because you notice when you multiply a number to get, you multiply a number with the number here to get this number here. In this case, you will divide, you do the opposite. You divide this number here with the number here to get this number here. So you do 12 divided by 3, you get back your 3. That's that 12 divided by 4 rather, you get your 3. Now in the case here, remember both of them are division. So it's easy for us. The opposite of division is multiplication. So you have to multiply in both cases to get the number here. So 12 times 4, 48. 4 times 12, 48. Coming back here, in the aspect of this way, this part, in case we're looking for the number here, we're looking for the number here now. We notice that we did division here to get the number here. So when we did division here to get the number here, or rather come again. When we were looking for this number here, okay, we divided this to get this here. Okay, self-explanatory already. We divided this to get this here. It's self-explanatory. We're done with that already. All right. Let's see the second sample. The second sample that was given to us, we're given 25, 5, and then at the horizontal linear line, the line down, we got the result was 5 and 125. If you notice very well, you multiply the product of 25 and 5 from the numbers given up at the handles, the number that are up there, 25 and 5, the boxes, you get to 125. If you multiply 25 by 5, you get 125, which is in the result there. Remember, we multiply with this, we get this one. In the other instance, the 5, if you multiply the 5 with the 5 at the box, you get the 25 in the box. If you divide the 25 in the box with the 5 down, you get the 5 in the box, vice versa. Now let's do some questions to appreciate these questions more. Now the first question we're giving, they gave us box, the left box was 40, the box at the far right was 5, and they didn't give us the greater number, the one with always the greater number here. But they gave us the one with the lesser number, the 8 here. So they give us a question like this: 40, 5, then 8, and they're asking us for this place. If you apply our earlier explanation, the logic we used earlier on, you will notice that because we're looking for the number down, we're looking for the number here that is supposed to be in this place. And we say you usually multiply this to get this, or you can multiply this any way can work. It's the same thing. Either 4 times 12 or 12 times 4 will give you 48. In this case, 40 times 5. So let's see what 40 times 5 will give you to us. 40 times 5 will give us 200. And they give us the options: 76 for A, option B, 94, C, 200, and D, 55. By our logic just now and by our product, we know that the answer will be 200. So your answer for this case is, for number 1 here, is option C, 200. So take this knowledge, go home, and attempt the other questions you can see on your screen. Just try and see what you can do when you're giving or a particular angle is missing. But I will do one more question, and because of the faintness of that question, let me deal with question number 4, the one down there at the bottom right. They are giving us a question. They say, sorry, let me erase this quickly. They give us the question. They say box Y, and they put 4. They give us for this box 4, and they give us 3 here. And please pardon the mistake there, the error there is 48 that's there. And they're asking us what should be at the far right. You remember when we use the logic, it has been erased now, when we use your logic that from the far right, if you want to, 2 ways you can do it. You can do it from the bottom right here, the number here, the bigger number, you use it to divide with the other number that's given in the box to find this other box. So when you divide, you get a particular number. Or, in this case, you can still multiply this one with this number to get this number. Either way, you get the exact same number. And if you know, you will notice when you do 48 divided by 4, your answer will be 12. Or 3 multiplied by 4, your answer is 12. And your options are A, 116, B, 15, C, 12, D, 108. Because we know that the answer will give us 12 here, that means question for number 4 rather is C, and it is 12. So you can attempt the other 2 questions at your leisure to help you appreciate this kind of question further. Or you can also go and do what we call extensive studies. Give yourself questions, self-questions, so you can understand all about these kinds of questions. Now let's see some questions from our guide. Let's see some questions from our guide, our exam guide. And in this year, we are going to touch on a question that seems similar but a bit different. Now, in this year, we are answering 5 questions from this 2021 questions or examination question given to us. Now, we'll see from question 4 to question 8. Very nice question. We are given this question and they ask us to find. Now, they gave a sample there. They gave a sample this way. They put 4 here. They put 64 over here. They put 9 here. and they put 3 over here. What you will understand, sorry, let me put the arrow here, please. The first thing you should understand is that every number going up is squared. And every number coming down is under the square root. Similar here, number going this way through the arrowhead, going this way in this direction of the arrow, squared, no, sorry, cube, and number coming back, cube roots. With this logic, you can answer everything about this question hands down. Now, you're given this question, you can see 3 square will give us 9. 4 cube will give us 64. If you do it the reverse, 64, cube root of 64 is 4. Square root of 9 is 3. So let's answer some questions. So they asked us, our first question there was, they gave us this, using this logic, they gave us this as our question. So they gave us 1728. Alright, they gave us 12. They said we should look for this number here. Meanwhile, they gave us 9 over here. Now, from our logic, we already know that this place is settled. This way is settled. But because we're looking for a number up here, we are going upward. And thus, because we are going upward, it will be the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is what? We know is 81. From the options, they give A, 8, B, 16, C, 64, D, 81, and E, 121. The answer for 81 falls under the option D. So the answer here is 81. So let's see the next question. Now, you're also given this question. Let's me. They said 7. They gave us here to be 7. They gave us here to be 343, which is the cube root of 7. They gave us, they asked us to look for this place. And this place was given to be 16. Now, if you notice, we are coming downward because we're looking for down here. We're looking for the figure here. So, since we're coming downward, we said use the logic of this. Square roots of 16. So, from the option we're giving 3, option A 3, B 4, C 5, and then D 7. We know the square root of 16 is 4. That means our answer here will be under option B, which is 4. So square root of 16 coming down is 4. Remember, going up, square, coming down, square roots. Going forward, square, cube, coming backward, cube roots. Let's see more questions. Now we're asked in this one to look for, this time we're looking for the horizontal side, which we are looking for here. We are giving here to be 11, here to be 121, and here to be, which is what will help us to determine this answer, 1. Remember, going forward, we are, we say this cube root, that's cube. But coming backward is cube root. And we are looking for the figure here. Means we're coming backward. So we do the cube root. Cube root of 1, we know the answer will definitely be 1. Anything times 1 is 1. Anything, 1 in square, 1 in cube, 1 in any function is 1. So the answer here is 1. Your option is your answer to choose is option D, which is 1. Now let's see another question. Now this one becomes so interesting. This one is one that is so interesting. You're now giving in question 8, you're giving your answer. You're asked on number question 7, the last one. You're asked to find you have to find a fraction. This is all in fraction this time. So we are looking for this place, the horizontal, rising up or going forward. We are giving it to be 4 over 48. We're giving down here to be 2 over 7. And then we're giving here, which is the only determinant number on the horizontal axis, we're giving to be 4 over 3. And we're looking for this. First things first, take a look at the figure. In fact, in this case, you will need to apply multiplication or fraction. If you cannot do the square root very well, or the cube root, multiplication or fraction is needed. Now they're asking us, going forward, we know is cube. So what is the cube of 4 over 3? So let's just put it this way and start solving. What's the cube of 4 over 3? We're talking about 4 over 3 times 4 over 3 times 4 over 3. So you can do it this way to make your life easier. Now, if you do it this way, you multiply everybody up. Multiply everybody at the numerator. We have 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. Then you multiply everybody at the denominator. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. You can now break it down, divide. How many times can 27 divide 64? We know that 27 plus 27 will be 54, which will remain 10. So it will go twice, or 2 whole number, remaining 10, which is 10 over 27. Now this is your answer for this question. So let's look at our options there. Option A, straight away, is even our option. You are given 2 whole number 10 over 27, B 1 whole number 2 over 3, C 1 whole number 5 over 9, D 1 whole number 4 over 9, and then E 1 whole number 1 over 3. So your answer is option A, 2 whole number 10 over 27. I hope we can deal with questions of quantitative reasoning when the time comes. Remember, read between the lines, analyze logically, and don't allow it to be complex in your eyes. Just whatever you think about it, go for it, and that's your best answer. Thanks, and see you next time.